everybody and welcome to another video with me. I'm Nick and this is London Creative and this is a light. I'm going to put it down. How's that look? Rather bright. What's that? Does that give me a blue? Oh, it gives me a bluish tint. I can't see a thing now, it's throwing a light. How are you doing? I'm Nick, this is London Creative and I've just shot the video on how to use a camera and I thought while I'm at it, while it's all set up, I'll just do a quick video on lights. As you just saw, I still can't see, I've got dots in front of me, it's little square things. Basically, with a new camera, on these cameras, and I explained in the previous video, you can shoot in practically pitch black and the camera will compensate with pushing the ISO up. And with new cameras like the Sony A7S III or whatever, it just puts it at 160,000 ISO and you've got a perfect picture and it compensates. But for the most part, you still need some sort of lighting. So basically, what do you need to shoot a video these days? Well, phone, that's it. Everyone will tell you this and everyone is right. You need a phone. A phone can compensate for abysmal lighting conditions. But say you're in this setup. You want to buy a couple of little lights. These little cube lights, lumen cubes, newer lights, etc. Set them up here and here, give you a bit of warmth. I tend to have one with a tungsten filter on it, a yellow orangey filter, and a white one. So I've got a reddish orange light there and a white light there, which is currently shot through a piece of blue glass. Might be giving me a bit of a blue tint. This thing, this is just a light panel by Newer. These are brilliant. I love this thing. It goes on, that's that. It casts a light, gives it a nice glow. Okay, if I stand like that, usually I have that in front of me on one of those at the side, and then another one of these little lights behind me, shining the light up. Give me a nice line on my shoulder and my hair and hair light shining up. Give me a nice glow. See, if I stand like that, you get a glare. Okay, so you haven't got much light. It's dark like this. It's and then there's a dog asleep on the bed, and you're like, it's really dark. I can't film. I don't have any light. I don't know what to do. Then you have one of them, a window. Get yourself one of these. Nasty cheapy selfie stick, perched up down there, and you can film. You can film like this if you've don't have double chins. It's a bit with an angle, but there we go. Film like this because this is as good as anything else. If it's really contrasty like it is here and you've got really dark, then you can do this. Get a baking tray. Bit of silver foil, aluminium, tin, it doesn't matter what make it is, foil. Put that there, and you will cast enough light back onto your face to take away the dark shadows. And then you bounce it like this. Let's go back in the other room. So, you don't have any light, apart from a window, which obviously you've got, which is giving you a lot of light here and making it very contrasty. But this is reliant on the phone being able to ramp up the brightness, which is fine and it'll work. It just tends to get a little bit grey or muddy if you zoom in or something. So I have one of these, a poise angle desk lamp, which does that. Turn that on to me. Dramatic difference, big difference. Look at that, nice deep moody lighting. This would be great. You can just do that, literally a piece of white paper, and that will create a reflection. Obviously you want to shoot so that you don't see these things so much. I'll turn it down like that. But you can also quite simply just do that to reduce the harshness. But that's not practical, you can't sit there holding that. So what you do is you make a softbox. The cheapest, easiest softbox in the world, biscuit box or cereal carton. Put that over there and do this. Cue time lapse. There. So all I've done is drawn a circle around that and then cut lines outward so that they fold. And then you cut. Light. For the most part that's it, and cut the front out put a piece of white paper over the front. Tissue paper would be better. I don't have any. Or tracing paper. Tracing paper is good because it doesn't get hot. Let me just put this on here. Do another time lapse. And there you have one softbox. It took 4 or 5 minutes to cut. It's doing the job perfectly well. Obviously, yes, as I say, if you've got a reflector or a piece of paper or something and you put that there, make it bounce back and take the harshness off. But this is a very simple lighting trick. You don't need good lights. It gives it a nice warm tone. The paper adds to the effect of the light, and short, sweet, simple. Other than crappy selfie sticks, which I vowed I'd never own, which I now own 2 of. If you don't want to use silver foil for your lighting reflector, buy this thing, and then you do a magic trick like Peter McKinnon, and you have a reflector. I once did a photo shoot with a photographer by the name of Zana Wilford. She said to me, "Can you use Elastilite?" I was like, "Yeah, you just stand there holding it like this." And it's like, duh. What she meant is, can you put it away? Because you get it out, you have to put it back away quickly. And it took, I was baffled. I was standing there doing this all day, fine. You have to go one hand the wrong way around, one the right way, and twist against each other. It folds up. And that will be a reflector. That's the thumbnail. I'm putting this away now. Elastilites. Kind of expensive, but kind of good. So yes, lights. Bright light here, key light, soften it off with a big softbox, put a tissue over it or something like that, will soften it down. Secondary light just to stop you having harsh shadows, and a light behind you isn't really needed, but it just adds to a nice little warmth for that. But also you need to hide it as you bleach yourself out. That is the studio setup, that's perfect. There's a really good in-depth video by Becky and Chris that I will try to link to above or below that goes into really good details, and their lighting is amazing, but they've got this beautiful setup and it's really cool. And that is it. I've rambled on. I'm going to cut this down to hopefully something very short. If you like this, if this was helpful and you found this useful, give it a thumbs up. Leave me comments down below, ask me questions, ask me any other things you need to know about in taking photos. If you're not already, hit the subscribe button and come back each Sunday for more in London and or being creative. And I will see you again soon. Bye. No, still on. Yes, train of thought. Went off on a tangent. Don't have a big softbox set up because I sold all that stuff. I never said I was ever going to have lights and things. I've got more kit now as a YouTube content creator than I ever did as a photographer. I used to literally have that. That was pretty much all I had. That I shot a lot of theatre stuff, so I had that and a monopod, and I'd shoot in really, really low lights, and that's why I have that tattooed on my finger. f2.8 or 125, 1600 ISO film. If that means anything, if you learn from the last video, you'll understand what that means. Should go that side. Oh, sunlight. I'm in trouble. Send help. But